Great companies aren't built on average talent. In private equity backed, high growth businesses, the right operator changes everything. Onward Headhunting partners with founders, operators, and investors to build elite finance, strategy, and operations teams. From early hires to exit ready leadership, we deliver the talent that drives outcomes. If you are scaling or transacting, go onward. Visit onwardheadhunting.com or find us on LinkedIn to learn more.
Hello and welcome to the Becker Private Equity and the Becker Business Podcast. My name is Chanel Bunger, and today I'm excited to speak with regular guest Liz Hutson, Principal Consultant and owner at EGH LLC, who joins us today to discuss one of the biggest challenges leaders face, deciding what not to do. Liz, thank you as always for joining me. Could you get us started out by giving a brief introduction for listeners who may not be acquainted with you yet?
Absolutely, Chanel. Great to talk with you. Yes, I'm Liz Hutson. I'm the founder and principal consultant of EGH LLC. And we're an organization that focuses on healthcare products and services. And we are primarily in the private equity space.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that introduction. And now, could you get us started out by giving us an overview of why you believe a to-don't list is just as important as a traditional to-do list?
Absolutely. So let's talk at the beginning of a project. And I'm going to focus in on integrations because that's where me and my team, we spend a lot of our time. Integrations where we're bringing two or more companies together. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, a mountain of work that needs to be done between systems, processes, people, communications. It all needs to be done, and it all needs to be done yesterday. It's all urgent. And I think oftentimes teams think that progress means doing all of it at once, but actually it slows a lot of things down. And inevitably, one of the most critical mistakes that teams make is taking on too many things at the same time. And listen, don't get me wrong. I love a good to-do list. Sometimes I'll even write things down that I've already finished just so I can cross it off the list because there's something so satisfying about that. But to your point and what you kind of shared right at the beginning, we have a to-do list and everybody talks about that to-do list. But equally as important, if not more important, is the to-don't list because that's where the real magic is. That's where you decide what you're not going to focus on right now.
Absolutely. And now that we have that overview, could you walk us through it step by step?
Yeah, I'll break it down into 3 steps because I think it can be challenging, especially for people who are very driven, they're go-getters, that they want this project to be super successful. It's hard to come up with that to-don't list. For me, I will tell you that is a difficult thing to do. But what I've found to be helpful is these 3 steps. So we'll start off with step number 1. Step number 1 is start with the end in mind. If you know me, if you know my team, you know that this is a critical mantra. It is foundational to everything that we do, whether it's a project, whether it's a meeting, whether it's a relationship, a conversation, whatever it is, you always want to start with the end in mind. And what I mean by that is you want to think about where is it that you're trying to go. Have that vision, have that picture of that, define success very specifically. And anchor on that idea. What is it that we're really trying to achieve? So that's the first step, is to start with the end in mind. And then from there, that's when you can start to just brainstorm everything that needs to be done. Write it all down, bring in the subject matter experts, get it all out of your head and onto the paper, capture everything, right? Just go ahead and just let that stream of consciousness, come out of you, put it up on a whiteboard or with Post-its or whatever, just put everything down that's there. And then the third and final step, and this is where the to-don't list comes into play, is you're going to whittle down all that you just brainstormed in the filter of that end in mind. So if you have that start with the end in mind and you've got all this stuff, now you can really focus on what is your critical path. How do you get there? Kind of filter through all the noise, all the stuff. What are the things that actually need to be done? And what are some things that are just nice to have? And at the end of the day, Chanel, it's not just prioritization. It's not taking the 100 things and saying these 10 things go first and then this bucket of things comes next and then this last thing comes last. It's really about elimination. You want to actually eliminate things from that list and put them on the to don't list. Take the things off that list that don't need to be done. And it's not to say that it's never going to happen. It's just to say that it's not going to happen right now. And when we do this well, when we build the to do and the to don't list, it's actually really freeing. It brings clarity for the leadership team, for the working team, and it actually speeds up decision making and it reduces the noise. It reduces the confusion where you can just lean in and say, this is the one thing that I have to do. This is my critical path to getting there, and I'm going to protect that with my to don't list.
I love that. And just to summarize those points for listeners, you start with the end in mind. And then once that goal is clear, you brainstorm on what needs to be done and then bring it all home by whittling it down to find that critical path. Liz, I love that. And is there anything else that listeners should know?
Yeah, maybe just one big thing is, while I'm talking about this in the context of big projects like company integration, I think this is equally true for life. In career goals, in personal goals, it's the same principle. If you're clear on where you're trying to go and you're disciplined to get rid of those distractions and things that keep you off course, you dramatically increase your chances of success. I have found this to be true in my life, in my work, and I'm not saying it's easy. It's not easy because I always want to do everything at the same time, but I have found that I go faster, I go further when I can just lean in on the few things.
Love it. Well, Liz, I want to thank you as always for joining me today and for sharing your insights on the Becker Private Equity and the Becker Business Podcast. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Chanel. Great to talk with you.